The Mpumalanga MEC for Community Safety and Security and Liaison, Jackie Macie, has applauded the community of Pienaar for helping locate what his family believes is the body of Junior Mabandla. This happened on Wednesday night. The child was found buried in a shallow grave and had disappeared on June the 3rd. One person has since been arrested and is right now under police guard in hospital. The MEC joins me now. Good morning, MEC, and welcome. Thank you very much for your time. I just want to crack this story open a little bit more. Tell us what you now know about this. We understand that it wasn't just one, but two shallow graves containing two children. One, the body of the child that had been reported missing, and this is Junior, and the other of a little girl who had been missing for about a day. Tell us more about this.
Good morning, Imani. Good morning to your viewers at home. Yes, indeed, as you have put it, it started on the 3rd of June, where Junior Mabandla was kidnapped and reported missing to the police. Then it went further to on the 25th of June, when Miss Mabuza was also kidnapped or robbed. Then he was found buried in a shallow grave around Pienaar. Then on the 3rd of July, also the 3-year toddler was also found dead. But what I'm happy about is that all the suspects now are behind bars. We have been able to identify the suspect. They are all behind bars. The second one that was involved on the 25th of June of Mrs. Mabuza, there were 3 suspects. Then the other one that was arrested a day before yesterday, he was involved. He was involved on the 3-year toddler and also the murder of Junior Mabandla. She was interrogated and by the police. Therefore, he was able to identify where he buried the Junior Mabandla on a shallow grave, and also the 3-year-old toddler. We are not sure as of yet because the investigation is still ongoing, but we suspect that the motive for these killings, it was for a ritual motives. So we are unable to comprehensively unpack everything as to what is the real motive because the investigation is still ongoing.
Just on the ritual motive, is it because the remains of the 2 little children were found to have been mutilated?
Yes, that is why we say we suspect that the motive is behind is for the ritual.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that I'm understanding and hearing you correctly. I'm not sure if the signal in my ear is as clear as I need it to be. Did you mention a third person? I mean, we're talking about Junior Mabandla, who's 6 years old. We're talking about a 3-year-old toddler. Did you mention a third individual?
Yes, it's Miss Mabuza, 36 years old.
Well, tell us more about that. What's the story there?
Mrs. Mabuza was, there are 3 suspects who have been arrested in connection with the murder of Mrs. Mabuza. He was murdered on the 25th of June. In fact, she went missing on the 25th of June. Then upon the investigation, the police have able to follow the lead, and one suspect was arrested on that regard. Then he was interrogated and able to point where he buried Mrs. Mabuza, on the same graveyard where Junior was also buried. Then the other suspect was also arrested by the police, and the other one has able to hand himself to the police.
Are you saying that 3 people are involved in all 3 murders? Have they all been, or are they all facing, I'm not sure if they've all charged yet, are they all facing charges in relation to all 3 murders?
No, they are separate. The one that is involved for Junior Mabandla and the 3-year toddler is an 18-year gentleman. He's in custody. I mean, he's in hospital now because he was able to be caught by the community. Then the police came to his rescue so that he was taken to the hospital. Then the three suspects, they are the ones that are involved on the Mabuza murder. Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for that clarity. We have spent a lot of time, MEC, focusing on the disappearance of Junior Mabandla. And it's really sad that the outcome is this for his family, that while on the one hand there is the opportunity for closure, that his remains have been rediscovered, it gives them the opportunity to also give him a dignified burial. There is this other child who we didn't know about until Junior's body was located. At this point, you're telling us it is a 3-year-old. We understand that her disappearance was about a day or so. Is there anything you can share with us without compromising the fact that maybe the family members still need to be notified and perhaps some of them still don't know that this has been the outcome? But what else can you tell us about this little girl?
The family has already been identified. Today, after this interview, I'm going to visit the family of Junior Mabandla and the 3-year-old toddler, and also the family of Mrs. Mabuza. Therefore, the family has been identified. The suspect is behind bars as we speak.
Are we allowed to share a bit more details on who the 3-year-old was?
No. At this point, I'm unable to share this because the information is still with the police, hence the investigation. Yes.
There is, you know, an appreciation for the work of the police. And I think one of the people that you had pointed out who had taken the lead and had done very good work here was the Acting Provincial Commissioner, Major General Zef Mkhwanazi. So just talk to us about police efforts, but it does raise a question, especially in the disappearance of 2 children ostensibly connected to a single suspect, that there is, you know, the possibility of somebody who is engaging in patterned killings of children. And are there likely to be the discovery of other remains and other children who might have gone missing?
Yes, indeed, of course. We are applauding the women and men and women in blue for the sterling work that they've done up to so far under indeed General Zef Mkhwanazi, and also the police in working in conjunction with the community. So we are happy about that. We are excited because we are able to have breakthrough in terms of these cases. Then we are happy. On the other issue that we have just raised, indeed, we are going to make sure that we talk to the community and able to come closer to the space in fighting crime like this. Indeed, it's a concern for us because it's not a concern for Mpumalanga province. It's a concern. It's a national concern of issues of gender-based violence. And also, we are praying that the suspect, that is the 18-year gentleman that was arrested, he will able to give us the lead, because it tells us that by the look of things, he's not working alone. This is a huge responsibility for one to carry alone. So we will be able to find more information as the investigation progresses.
So you say there's the likelihood of other people having been involved. The initial suspicion is that this could be related to a ritualistic murder based on the condition of those remains. It does raise the question, as we've just started talking about, of the possibility of other victims as well. Has the community reported other children missing? What have you been able to find out from the police?
No, for now, we haven't received any information in terms of anyone missing. All those they've reported missing, we're able to crack on those cases. Therefore, now where we are seated, I think everything is fine. We are happy with the situation up to thus far. We are not happy with the incident. We are just happy because we are able to make, through the police, to make a breakthrough in terms of these cases.
MEC, before I let you go, I mean, the concern is for other children in the community. We know the circumstances around Junior's disappearance. We were told that he'd gone to the store to buy some sweets. He was, you know, it was like any other ordinary day for children in the community. But based on what we now know, it sounds like you know, it's an environment of real danger, especially for the most vulnerable, and this is little children. What interventions are being put in place, not only in Pienaar, but in other communities where children have gone missing?
I think we are going to intensify the awareness program on the community. Firstly, we are preparing the memorial service for the 3 deceased. Then after that, we will use that memorial service to mobilize community in terms of the awareness. Then also we are going to engage the stakeholders for not alone in Pienaar, areas surrounding Pienaar. We are going to engage all the stakeholders. We intensify the mobilization of the CPF and make sure that indeed everyone is aware of crime. They must work together in community, because crime is not the sole responsibility of the community, of the police. It's the responsibility of all of us as community to look for one another so that we have safe communities.
All right.